Let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on.
And now, your host,
I'm talking to you.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Brock Lawley. I am the Atheist Antidote on YouTube and other such social media blowhard soapbox venues. Thank you for listening to my mini podcast. Today I want to point out something that is quasi-serious, but just, you find yourselves in these situations in life where ignorance is paraded with pride. Whereas when I was growing up, when you knew nothing specifically about what you're talking about, you actually hid that information. Shame was at play there, social couth, all these things. Today, you take that ignorance of that subject, namely biblical ignorance in this country, and you parade that like the Macy's Day Parade. Peacock feathers and all. It's an awe-inspiring thing to see. This generation is just something to behold. But the thing I want to talk to you about today is, of all places, in Alabama, the heartbeat of the South, boom, 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 Alabama. This teacher and school district, they're going to ban this year's Easter egg hunt because, it has the word Easter in it. And, that's not inclusive enough, I suppose. I'll try to link the article in this podcast. Okay, there's so many different levels of idiocy here. First of all, a lot of people don't realize this, but the origin of the word Easter that's a pagan word. The English Christians, I think they were English, or maybe it goes back to even the Roman Christians, but I think it's Christians in England. They didn't want to stand out, and so they adapted the day that they were worshiping, and they adapted the terminology, and this is where the term Easter comes from. Because actually, the Christian religion would call this era Passover. We have Judeo-Christian heritage we have Judeo history in our own faith. So the interesting thing is that the word Easter isn't even really directly correlated with Christianity. Now, certainly it is in today's modern lexicon, I will admit that. But more than that, this holiday, as it's represented in the populace, is just some Easter bunny giving children eggs. How in the world is this exclusionary? How in the world can you develop this kind of baby pool thinking? The only thing that makes sense is you have such a rabid, wild dog, old yeller hatred of Judeo-Christianity and specifically Christian culture, evangelical Christian culture in our society, that you have this kind of idiocy, just knee-jerk idiocy. I think, isn't there something to do with Jesus? Does it have something to do with Jesus? Oh, we can't have it. We can't have it. Bigotry, hatred. But Miss Principal at Alabama's public school, it doesn't have anything to do with religion. We're just having an Easter egg hunt. The children have enjoyed this for years. Bigotry! We must pump the brakes on such bigotry. I can't have it. Not under my watch. This is the idiocy we deal with. People, it's just out of control. Finally, what you have to do is when you see this, when you experience this, when you encounter this, you got to stand up and push it down. It's kind of like those whack-a-moles. When these idiots pop up, whack, whack, whack. You have to in the public discourse, of course, you have to whack this idiocy back down. Or we're going to have dandelion fields of idiocy like this running wild. Thank you for listening to the Atheist Antidote podcast.
You are listening to the Atheist Antidote Show.